Hey, welcome back to Perth Backyard Veg and part 3 of the chicken coop building series. If you haven't seen part 1 and 2 of this build series, we'll have those down in the description box below, as well as the tour of this coop so that you can check those out. Alright, let's get into the video. In part 2 of this series, we finished cladding the outside of the coop and now we're building the frame for the roof. So this is 900 by 1800, allowing for the eaves at the front and the back of the coop. We're using 10 gauge 60mm screws to hold this all together, and we're putting a support beam in the middle here which is lying flat so that we can affix the metal to the roof. Now we're going to be painting all the beams and frames and trim white, and we're going to be painting the plywood a beautiful light blue colour. We haven't attached the frame of the roof to the coop yet, so that if we need to move it to get paint into certain areas, we can. We also painted some of the frames of the doors after they'd been built, whereas with some of our other doors we actually ended up painting the pieces before we constructed it, which turned out to be a lot easier. We then let all of the white paint dry, and before moving on to the blue paint, we went around and gave all of those sections painted in white a second coat. Now that the trim and frame are all painted in the white, we can start painting the plywood in this beautiful light blue colour. Now it did prove a little bit more challenging than the other wood just because it needed more paint, but once we got the second coat on, it turned out gorgeous. Once we were happy with the paint, we could attach the frame of the roof, and we're just drilling down an angle again so that we can get a good contact point between these two pieces. We've added our roof sheeting to the top of the frame here, and we're just drilling through the metal and the wood below and then adding roofing screws to hold it in place. We're doing this the whole way around as well as along the center beam of the frame. Next, we took some more of our plywood and attached it to the bottom of the roof at the front and the back overhanging sections and created these beautiful little eaves. Now I'm cutting up this white trim that we bought to put around the edges of the coop. So we're putting it along the sides and along the top and bottom, as well as around any openings that we have. Just putting a strip of liquid nails here, pushing it down firmly and then clamping it in place. We decided we wanted to attach the roof of the nesting box first because we want to have the trim sitting above it on this side wall here. So here we are, just drilling through and then using our roofing screws to attach this piece of the roof. Alright, thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I hope that you're enjoying the series so far. As always, make sure the subscribe and notification buttons are pushed so that you get notifications of all of our videos. If you've got a DIY or chicken enthusiast that would enjoy this series, make sure that you're sending them this video, as it really helps out our channel. You can also send them a link to the whole playlist because we are up to part 3 now. As always, thank you so much for watching our videos, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!